I just had like my first canned oysters, and they were really good. I'm not a big oyster eater, but I was thinking about going to the beaches as a vlog. Yeah, this is totally a vlog. If you're here, this is personal. You can watch if you want, but this is my channel, so. Yeah, I had a dream years and years and years ago, and the thing that made me want to make a video is I was like, what should I do with my life? And I saw it was like, get yourself like a scuba thing, like just go spearfishing every day or something like that. I know it sounds funny, but it is a calling. It's kind of cool, especially in an abundant area that's not like overly industrialized. I can go fishing every day, feed myself. It's actually not a bad idea. I would like the water, like just the idea, the adventure of I'm gonna swim around and look for food. That's pretty cool. I'd like it. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I've been cussing out my parents. I don't like hearing that my nation was founded on genital mutilation or genocide. And I don't like the fact that it looks like, if I were to say what happened, it was either the Blondies or an ancient African empire. See, it's hard for me to figure out. Are the Aryans over the Africans, or are the Africans using the Aryans? I can't really tell. But I think, here's what I realized, right? So Hitler was serving the Aryans. And I used to think that he was serving his idealized female. He wanted to have a Lolita princess or maybe a blonde woman. And so he went to war looking for pussy, which is what they always do. I want to get a girl, so I got to fight everybody right now. It's instinctual. And it's. I think we started circumcision to stop male instincts. Like, stop trying to take over the world. It's terrible. Why is this guy shouting and mad at me? I've never met him before. Who the fuck is this? Well, he feels like it's his turn to dominate the earth, so now you have to fight somebody. And we just don't like that. It got annoying, right? So, yeah. What was I talking about? Anyway. Yeah, I'm sad what happened. They're not native, they're an Asian colonizer. 30,000 years is a long time, but I think that, it could have been karma for chasing the buffalo. Like, they go, we lived with the land. Yeah, kind of. The earth is tough because it's like you eat constantly, and if you do it right, you only get eaten once, right? And that seems like a fair trade. Eat the whole time, get eaten once, right? But yeah, it's just tragic. Like what happened in California, like they just literally were like, well, we want this land, and the people who live there are bothers, so let's shoot them. And they did. They just shot them. They just murdered all the. By the time they got to California, it's like, nope, our way or else. They had been so freaking. But anyway, if I look at what happened historically, and this is for the History Channel, is I think that they had that it's a Swiss hoax. It's either a deep African hoax or it's a Swiss hoax. And it might have to do with a cuckdom hierarchy. It is. So the Bible recommends small dicks. It does. It's Aristotle. All these people, they don't like huge dicks because it's for making a person. What are you saying? You know what I mean? And it's important to mention. It's not TMI. Stop reporting my videos. Whoever reports my videos, you're really immature and I don't like you. Yeah, anybody who ever pisses me off, I take my time in my hour of meditation to think of them and go, I don't believe in the karma thing. I can wreck somebody's life and watch it fall apart and not have anything bad happen to me and laugh and enjoy it. So treat me good. I bless my friends. When are you my friend? Do you like me? Do you wish I had a good life? You're my friend. You don't need to I don't need to be your favorite person. I can be. I'm some people's favorite people. I am. There's people who celebrate and cheer every time I come around because they love me. So, anyway, I'm alone often because I was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on, and it was circumcision. I got genitally mutilated for a cult, and this is tied to how it works. Is they cut a piece of the baby's dick off and then they mind control them. It's all a mind control piece, and the thing that's making me mad is that when Catholicism got started, it got started in Rome deliberately by an emperor, and that's a little sus. Okay, so he transitioned. There's a secret group of former Romans, they went north, called the Arians, and I think they were the owner of the Bible hoax. I think this is what happened. The blonde haired, blue eyed people who felt superior to everyone else, and I'm calling it an Aryan hoax, I think it's true. I think who Hitler was serving was maybe a real group of people, and I'm calling it Super Pedo Island. I think there might be a secret bunker species of elite, maybe white people, maybe African. I still think it could be African, but it's probably white, right? It's probably white people. Is there is an elite group of white people who are basically eating and using everybody else, and you're going to notice them because they're gigantic. They're huge, right? And they like, shh, don't talk about it, but they're really just using everybody. And again, that might be swapped and it might be in Africa. But the reasons I say it is that the Bible makes you get a job. First, the author says, my Lord created all the stuff, and he's everywhere and talks to everybody, but only if you're really on the inside. And what's funny about that is that if God existed, he could tell me. Yeah, if God's everywhere, then he wouldn't need a printer to make a Bible. He wouldn't need paper. It would be the etheric book. And it doesn't work that way because it's bullshit. It's basically all of religion is how to get everybody else to do what you want. And this group of people, who I'm calling the Aryan Master Race, I haven't met them, but I suspect they exist, and I've seen things that look like them, and I'm like, okay, there's something there. And before you say it's not, the Bible's about genital mutilation. Judaism's about genital mutilation. Here's my theory on the Aryan hoax. They're former Romans, elitist, better than you. They want to have a secret society where they could do anything they wanted and everyone had to listen to them. And so they made the Bible knowing it wasn't real. And the reason they knew it wasn't real and they weren't afraid of it is, number one, they created it. And before you go, oh, there's evidence that happened, there's an active hoax. People engage in supporting active hoaxes. You know, there's been shrouds of Turin found that look great, real blood. But you test it, they came from 2 weeks before it was found. The shawl didn't exist before 2 weeks ago. So they're deliberately lying. Christians have proven they deliberately lie to keep Christianity going because it's a circumcision cult. They want to cut a piece of your dick off. They got, they're going to get you. You ought to suffer. Work for the Lord. And the reason they do it is they want slaves. They want people to do what they want, right? Without asking. Don't take my stuff. Why should you be worried about it? God has all the stuff. Miracles of the fish, water and the wine. It sounds like that was stagecraft for your mind. Look, the rabbit came out of the hat. I have a hat of infinite stuff. That's stagecraft for your mind. You can write a story like how I paint. Look at my paintings. I paint creating objects from shapes that already exist. My painting is just lying. By the way, sometimes people who are like slaves will think I'm a liar when they meet me, even if I'm completely quiet, because I'm using the creative portion of my brain. I'm making reality as opposed to them who are receiving reality. They're being told what to believe. That's what the Matrix is. Words. In the beginning is the word. They get your dick. You're going to go to hell. You got to work for God. And it was how to rule the world. And the reason I'm saying this is I think there's a secret group of people who knew they were doing it and they're still around. And so their goals would be long-term breeding, secret master race. The girls they abduct, they need to take them to a place. It can't just be all rape. Like, it's not just all raping and eating. I think that's what they did mostly to your kids because they don't respect you. But there would be like long-term principalities, things like that. And I know what the Bible says about it. It doesn't matter. So here's what I think. I think that the Aryans created the Bible for the Jews and placed the Jews as the fall guys. And World War II was literally them just like getting rid of excess slaves. It was. World War II was a deliberate, World War II, lie by the Aryan conspiracy to throw all the countries, that's the homes where all the normal people live, to throw all the countries against each other. And they're all the circumcision cults. The gold harvesters from America, the Jews and the Catholics in Germany, they all cut baby dicks and they all follow the Bible, which was created by a Roman emperor. Do you think human beings, like, the reason the Bible exists is there's money behind it, thought behind it, and design behind it, not of God. And the reason why, and I've tested this, if prayers work and there's a universal power and a universal authority, because I've seen that. I've seen a prayer do a miracle. If there's this power, shouldn't this power represent itself to us? The answer is yes, it should. And before you go, it did it in the Bible. It didn't, because the Bible's written by men. Every Bible's printed on paper. Every Bible comes from a tree they cut down with the words they thought of. You can watch the words change over time. Don't say they can't. It's not true. The Bible is not going to end up true. You are ruining baby penises with knives for pedophiles. It makes men slaves and it makes girls virgins. All the women out here strutting, I'm so hot, I'm invincible. You don't get it. You missed the pedophile abductions. You were too ugly for the pedos, and now you're just the entertainers of slaves. You think there's any popularity, real market? How can they pay these actors $300? It's just the money doesn't make sense, and the money's printed at tax. And this is the idea that I see. I'm going to cut this off soon, but another circumcision joke. This is the pattern that I see in the Aryan pedophile conspiracy, is they're better than you and you're stupid anyway. That's how they think. They disrespect you. That's the thing that I couldn't figure out about the world, is like, why is it so terrible? They're all talking about peace and love, getting along. They're saying it because they don't respect you. Give the slave a pacifier. They committed genocide to steal this land. They're not good. What the hell? They genitally mutilated like 1 billion babies. People go, oh, that only existed in America. No, it didn't. It did not. It did not. It existed everywhere. So they're covering for them. That's the thing, is the people who were genitally mutilated have the defenses for their crazy world built into the crazy world they gave them. Oh, this is very... it's all structured. That's what the Matrix is. Get your dick. What happened? The Bible says... This is written by God, who owns the universe, and you don't have a choice. You're going to be a slave. How they treated me is I wasn't allowed to talk to girls. My dad's son, girls and sexual attraction were for other people, but not for me. I wasn't allowed to. Nobody, you cannot as a guy say, that's my girlfriend. No, it's not. That's my girlfriend. What the fuck? Every guy thinks that. Every guy thinks all the girls are his. And so that's what circumcision is. This is a guy getting revenge on guys. Hey, God said you got to cull the baby dicks off. Why? Because guys are freaking annoying. A guy is annoying. A guy wants to own the whole freaking world, and he can't stand anyone else being there, and they have to fight each other for the right to do it. And nature goes, sperm war. Not that that's what's happening. That's what happened to get us here. So... yeah, there is a hoax in all the religions, and it's, if Krishna, Buddha, all these people existed the way they said, we would hear about it from them. And before you say some people have, they haven't. Every human wants a free meal. If you look out in nature, there's not a single free meal out there. It runs from you. Very rarely it hangs off trees, right? You got to be adapted to your environment. These squirrels out here, they don't eat the seeds I give them. They have their own source of food that they're used to. So anyway, yeah, a lot of talking, big rant about the Bible. I'm sad I can't get any more followers, but hopefully this will be around on data, and maybe in history they'll find it interesting. Like, yeah, to me, the world looks like it's all basketball, the stardom. I know it's not real. There's the wailing soul of genocide, genital mutilation, nothing they believe is real, and there's a secret group of people who are benefiting from it, who are actively engaged in preventing its uncovery. That's the thing that I'm noticing with the conspiracy theory, is when you get into the matrix of secret group of pedo warlords, you get into who really runs the world and why everything sucks. Remember, Bill Clinton was on a private island with little girls at the same time he won an election by 1 vote. And so I don't believe that's possible. I believe the story, since the Bible's at the center of our life, I believe the story is first lie to them. They don't know what the truth is. They said tell the truth. Not a word in the truth book was true. It's not true. It's not written by God. It isn't written by God. It gave a fake world history. The history in the ground shows an earth that's way older than what the Bible says, and the Bible made a mistake. The Bible started from the beginning and told you how long every person lived and who had who until modern day. That's where the Bible made a mistake. Some people have tried to say, no, but really what it is it's a hoax. It's a hoax.